Hey all. Dragonborn who once fought for the infested. A very strong and not ordinary warframe. Chroma has spectral wings, which allow him to make an additional jump in the air. As befits the relatives of dragons, it is capable of spewing elemental breath. Its scales are capable of changing their properties depending on the color of the energy. Damage to shields gives him additional armor, and damage to health gives him increased weapon damage. He can also shed scales, which will become an automatic turret, while Chroma himself will become lighter, which allows him to run faster, but also take increased damage. With all that said, I offer you this build. First, let's replace the fourth ability with parasitic armor. Since the build will be designed for close combat, the aura will fit perfectly. Let's raise the initial armor rating, which will allow you not to die in one hit. For the same purposes, we will increase health and set adaptation. The Hunter Adrenaline will constantly give us energy because we will constantly receive health damage. The duration will reduce the energy consumption of the flow ability and increase the duration of other abilities. And increasing the power of our abilities will give us additional armor, since our energy color will be white, and our element, accordingly, will be ice. Also, the power of abilities will increase the weapon damage bonus that is given by the third ability and the direct damage from the first. Arcane Blessing will give us even more health, and Arcane Reaper will give us healing and additional armor. It can be replaced with Molt Augmented, for example. The result will also be good. As a melee weapon that will hit enemies and heal us, I chose the Stalker's Scythe Hate with an incarnon adapter installed. Since our aura from the second ability will impose a cold status on enemies, it is preferable to have a good chance of critical damage. But we must not forget that the healing will occur due to status effects, which means the chance of the status should be high. Hate satisfies both of these requirements. To annihilate acolytes and especially hard Eximus, I took Fulmin. Any secondary weapon will do. Although you don't have to take your main weapon. A little later you will understand why. I took Panzer Vulpaphyla as my assistant. Focus, School or Nariman or Madurai. The sequence of actions is as follows. We activate the third ability and wait for our shields to be removed. Next, we activate the fourth ability, which will add armor to us by turning off the shields. We activate the second ability, which will give us even more armor and begin to impose the cold status on enemies. And at the end we activate the first ability. According to Cool Dawn, we update the effect of abilities, simultaneously cutting down enemies in close combat. With Spectral Scream active, our weapons are marked as unarmed and we can only use melee weapons, which, in principle, will be enough for us. As always, I was glad to try for you. I hope you enjoyed the video and found it useful. Give your likes, write your wishes or comments, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Videos are released every week. If you want to help the author and the channel, I will leave the link in the description below. See you soon.